Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Pilates workout. Today you are going to need a band if you've got one. If you don't have one, you don't need it, but there is an option to use a band today. Very exciting. So you're going to start lying down for me. Feet hip distance apart, knees bent, and just lying all the way down onto your back. So you don't need the band to start with, just have it close by if you've got one. I want you to bring one hand to your belly, one hand to heart center. Just close down the eyes and just start to focus in on the breathing. So inhale in through the nose, expanding into the rib cage. And then exhale out through the mouth. Think of that rib cage sliding down towards your hip bones. So we inhale in through the nose. And then exhale out through the mouth. Let's do one more breath together. Really think about lifting that belly into your hand. And then exhale out, just sinking into your mat. Gently opening up your eyes, reaching those arms long down by your side. You don't need the band yet. Dig those heels in on your inhale, and on your exhale, we're going to tilt through the pelvis. Slowly send our hip bones up to the ceiling, making sure you're in that nice diagonal at the top. Inhale in, then exhale. We slowly roll through our spine, one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way back down onto your mat. Inhale in at the bottom, press those heels in, then exhale, send your hip bones up. Inhale in at the top, and then exhale, we slowly roll ourselves down. So keep going with this. We're just warming up the spine to start with, getting those hamstrings nice and active, keeping that core nice and switched on. So just getting our bodies ready for this workout. Keep your shoulders away from your ears the whole time as you do this, and really dig those heels in towards the mat. So you're keeping your weight into your heels and you're not coming into your toes. On your next one, I want you to take it all the way up for me, making sure your shoulders, hips, knees are in that nice diagonal. Inhale and come halfway down. Exhale, lift. So inhale halfway. Exhale, lift. Let's go 5 little pulses, and 4, getting those hamstrings nice and warm for 3. Breathe, 2. And last one, take it all the way up, pause at the top, and then slowly come all the way down. If you have got a band, I've lost my band. If you've got a band, you're now going to put it around your thighs. If you don't have a band, you do not need one for this. So band is going to come around your thighs, just above your knees. Plant your feet back onto the mat. I'm using a medium strength band if you have got the levels, but please pick the one that you feel best in. So band is around your thighs if you've got one. Big inhale in, core lifts. Exhale, dig your heels in, slowly send your hip bones up to the ceiling. Once you get to the top, I want you to anchor all 4 corners of your feet onto the mat. You're going to take your knees out to the side, make a little V. Come back through to center, you come halfway down and then lift back up. So you make a V and center, halfway down and lift. So with this move, if you've got a band on, there's going to be a little bit of tension now, sort of pressing into the outer thigh. Make sure that all 4 corners of your feet stay glued onto the mat. So we want to make sure we don't roll into the outside of our feet, because if you're rolling, all we're doing is coming into an external rotation in the hip sockets. So you want to really think about anchoring that inner part of your foot into the mat. Where you're going to be starting to feel this, guys, is your hamstrings and the outer part of your thigh. That's where we're really trying to target this muscle. Squeeze those glutes, keep your shoulders away from your ears. Remember, anchor all 4 corners of your feet on the mat. You've got 5. Technically, that's 10 because that's one of each. 4. Remember, keep that rib cage closed for 3. Breathe, 2. On 1, you hold it up in that curl for me. Just carry on with those thigh openers. So take it into a V, squeeze. So really think about lifting those hips a little higher. If you need to, you can place your hips, hands onto your hips for support. But I want you to really think about pressing all 4 corners of your feet into the mat, squeezing those glutes. We go 5 and 4. Remember to breathe, 3, 2, and last one. Slowly roll yourself all the way down. Just bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Nice work, everyone. If you've got a band on, I would like you to take the band off, and you're going to hold the band. If you don't have a band, you do not need one, like I said, but if you have got one, I want you to loop it to the outside of your hands. Anchor your shoulder blades down and back. Make sure that your palms are facing inwards, and then imprint your spine for me and bring those legs up into a tabletop position. So making sure your knees are tracking over your hips and your shoulders are nice and relaxed, so try not to hunch up. Soften through the elbows slightly. Take a big inhale and then exhale. You're just going to press that right foot away first, And slowly pull back in. Left leg goes out on your exhale, and then inhale in. So we're just getting the legs going to start with. I want you to really think about keeping that pelvis tilted. So you're squashing that lower part of your spine into the mat. You're melting that lower rib cage into the mat as well. So making sure that we're not arching into our spine and staying in our imprinted spine. Once you're feeling happy with the legs and you would like to add in arms, the next time your leg extends, you take your arms out into a V. It's a really small V, and then slowly pull in. If you don't have a band, you can do the same thing. Your V may be a little wider, but I want you to really focus on keeping those shoulders anchored down. You squeeze into the outside of that band. So this is going to be starting to warm up the back muscles, the shoulders, the arms. Keep focusing on your belly as well, so making sure we're not starting to arch through our lower spine. Nice work here, everyone. If this is too strong, you can get rid of the band, so just do this without the band. But I want you to really focus on anchoring those shoulders down and back. Your chest stays proud. We go 5. Nice, everyone. 4 more, working into that band now. And 3, stay with me. 2 more. And last one, come all the way back through to center. Keep your legs in tabletop. Make sure your palms are still facing each other. Give yourself a little bit of tension out onto the band. So push into the band a little bit, or if you're without a band, just make your arms a little bit wider than shoulder width. Take a big inhale in, pelvic floor lifts. Exhale, you're gonna bend at your elbows. Send your hands back to your forehead and make sure your hands aren't creeping in towards each other. And then exhale, press up. So we lower down on our inhale, press into that band, or make sure that your hands are shoulder width and a bit greater apart. And then we're going to add in some toe taps. So when you're ready, we're going to lower down, toe tap 1 foot, and then squeeze, pull back up. So working into your triceps now, so the backs of your arms, and still working and targeting those abs. At any point, if you need a break, you can either drop your feet to the floor and you can do leg lifts instead. So this is another option. Or you can just keep your feet on the floor and just work on those arms, because this is heavy on those triceps. But I want you to really focus on keeping your hands separated. So your hands are going to want to close in towards each other and almost try and touch. I need you to really think about keeping your hands wider than shoulder width here. Beautiful work. Make sure your elbows are still pointing up towards the ceiling. Squeeze into those abs as you pull up. Nice work here, guys. So elbows, they will want to creep in towards each other. Press them apart. Let's go 5. And lift. You've got 4. Working into those triceps for 3. Nearly there. 2 more. On 1. I want you to come all the way back up. Last little bit. Relax your shoulders. Big inhale and exhale. You're going to pulse your hands up to the ceiling, lifting your head and shoulders off the mat. Little pulses here to finish for 5. Squeeze 4, reach those hands up. 3 and 2. Last one, come all the way down. Just bring your legs long, take your arms overhead, stretch it out for me. Oh, that was an arm burner. I hope you felt that too. Take a big breath in, guys. Just hunch everything in your body, and then exhale, just relax into your mat. So we inhale in, hunch everything, and then exhale, relax. From here, you're going to roll onto your right hand side. You're going to place the band, if you've got one, around your shins, just above your ankles, and then roll onto your right hand side. From here, your arm is long, so right arm is long, your legs are long, and that band is around your shins, just above your ankles. Make sure they're not on your ankle, and a little bit further up for me. If you don't have a band, no problem. Press that hip bone away. So remember, we're lifting that waist off the mat. Take a big inhale in, pelvic floor lift, shoulders relax, and exhale, you take that left leg off your bottom leg, and then slowly lower down. Try not to tap that left leg though to your right leg. So you exhale, press, and then inhale, lower. So you'll notice if you have got a band on, when you lower that leg down, your band becomes slack. So I find that actually by keeping some tension on that band the whole time, I'm going to work that leg a little bit harder. If you don't have a band, you can come halfway down and then take that leg straight back up. So also you're keeping tension on that left leg. I'm just going to prop myself up because it is easier to speak to you. Hip bones, keep them nice and stable, keep them stacked. We're squeezing into the outside of this left thigh. I need you to squeeze your glutes together every time you lift up and then slowly lower down. So really targeting now into this left leg. For those of you without the band and you want to make this harder for yourself, only come halfway down now and then lift. So you'll start to feel the same intense intensity that we're now feeling on this left thigh with the band. If your foot's starting to cramp, just relax your toes, give them a little bit of a wiggle. But we're here for 5, squeeze, 4, relax through those shoulders. We go 3, breathe, 2, hold that leg up on 1, you pulse, tiny little pulses. Pulse by squeezing your thigh, squeezing the quad, squeezing the glute for 5 and 4, breathe, 3, nearly there, 2, and last one, bring that leg all the way down for me. From here, you're just gonna bend your knees, but bring that band over your knees first. So just gonna bring it up over your knees and find your clown position. So feet directly underneath your sit bones, knees are bent. I'm hoping your left leg is already very sore. Just relaxing onto that right arm, hip bones, just push them away, find length through your waist, and then pull your toes in towards your shins to get a nice active hamstring. When you're ready, big breath in, and then exhale, we lift that top leg up, and then slowly lower down. You will already be feeling this muscle. It's the same muscle we just worked, but we're gonna start targeting our glutes a little bit more as opposed to the quad. So I need you to really think about squeezing your glutes together as you lift up, and then slowly to lower, really pressing in to that band now as we do that. So our glutes hopefully starting to feel a little bit tired, but as they do that, our hip will want to try and help out. So you may find that as you lift up, you roll a little bit, and that actually feels a lot nicer on your glutes. So what I want you to really focus on is pressing that hip away and not moving this hip as you lift that leg up and down. So really having to get into that glute. It is going to be burning a little bit, but I promise it's a really short set. We're here for 5. And 4, relax those shoulders, chest stays proud. 3, breathe. 2, on 1, you hold that leg up, you straighten that leg onto the diagonal, you pull that heel back in, you lower that leg down, so we lift, we straighten, working into hamstring, you pull that heel in, you lower down, keep your hip bones stacked, keep your core switched on, so we're really focused on keeping that spine in a nice alignment here. Working into that left leg. If you can, try and keep your knee higher than your hip or in line. Try not to let it drop down. It will want to drop down. I want you to really focus on squeezing into those glutes. We go 5. Remember to relax onto the arm. 4 more. Beautiful work, everyone. Keep those hip bones stacked. 3. Oh, my left glute. 2 more. And on your last one, I want you to hold that leg long. Hold it long for me, turn your toes to the floor. From here, you pulse that heel up to the ceiling, come back in line with your hip. Pulse to the ceiling, stretch that band. If you don't have a band, you will also be feeling this as much as we are, but keep your toes pointing to the floor, you pulse into that band. We squeeze, let's go 5 and 4. Keep that core switched on for 3, breathe, 2, and last one here, come all the way down. Just give that leg a little bit of a smack. Just roll onto your back, so we just cross that left heel over your thigh. Gently pull your right thigh in towards your chest. It's going to feel a little bit tender, so just be a little bit mindful of that left butt cheek. Just hold it here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, just take your band off. You're going to roll yourself over into a 4-point kneeling position. So coming over into a 4-point kneeling position with your band. If you have got it, if you don't have a band, obviously, like I've said, the whole class, you do not need one. If you have got a band, you are going to bring it up so it's above your elbows. So make sure it's above your elbows, it's on your triceps. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. We're going to do a little bit more arm workout here. Pull your shoulder blades down and back, so anchor them down your mid-back. Inhale in, we're going to bend at the elbow, press into that band if you can, and then exhale, we squeeze, lift back up. So you inhale, bend at the elbow, send your chest down, keep your hips high, and then exhale, lift. What the band is going to make you do is I want you to press into that band. So you're going to make sure that we're not letting our elbows collapse underneath our bodies. So we're going to target the triceps and our upper backs more. Keep your hips nice and high, and we're just hinging at the hip bone, hinging at the elbows. With your eye gaze, I want you to be looking at your fingertips as you bring your chest down, and then as you bring your chest up, eye gaze goes to the top of your mat. It's going to keep your neck nice and long. Nice, everyone. So firing up those triceps again. We have already done triceps, so we're just loading them up now. Chest stays proud, you've got this. We go 5. Really think about pressing into the band. If you don't have a band, I want you to imagine you have a band right now, so press into it. Let's go 3 And 2, keep anchoring those shoulders. On 1, we take it halfway down. We pulse, little pulses for 8 and 7. Stay with me here. We go 5, breathe, 4, 3, 2, and last one, come all the way up. Oh, jelly arms. Just sit onto your heels for me, guys. Just drop the band to one side. You will need it shortly. Clasp your hands behind you. Heels of your hands joined together and just pull your chest open. From here, gently look to the ceiling. Be mindful of your neck, so don't yank your head back. Just open up the chest, holding the stretch here for 4, 3, 2, and release. Give your arms a shake. From here, we're coming down onto the left-hand side. So you will need your band, if you've got one, to come around your shins, so just above your ankles. I should have said, if you do want to make this easier, the higher up your shin is, the easier it is. But you know what? We're going to stay around our ankles. We'll make this harder together. Just extend that left leg long, hip bones, stack them for me, and your top arm can either be in front of you, waist, or up towards the ceiling, wherever you feel comfortable. Inhale, and the next time we lift that top leg off, and then slowly down, keeping a bit of tension on that band. If you don't have a band, remember, only come halfway down and don't let your legs touch. If you do want to feel the same sensation as band people, we'll go with that. Hip bones, keep them stacked, keep those shoulders relaxed as you do this, and we're squeezing into that right quad now, quite right thigh, right glute. So really focus on squeezing your glutes together as you lift up. And then as you lower down, try not to let that leg drop down too quickly. So you always want to keep a little bit of tension, and you're going to feel far more quad as we do this. Beautiful work, guys. Try and keep that leg stacked over your left leg so you're not starting to send it back or send it forward. You're keeping it nice and active the whole time. Shoulders, keep them open, try not to hunch up. If you're not wearing a band, I want you to only come halfway down and lift back up now. So we're just going to make it a little bit more intense for non-band wearers, so you will feel the same as band wearers. I'm going to paint in those names, band wearers and non-band wearers. Keep stacking those hips for me. We squeeze 5, breathe 4, work into that glute. You've got 3 and 2. We hold it up on 1, we pulse, tiny little pulses here. Squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Lower that leg all the way down. From here, bend your knees to me. I'm just going to bring that band above your knees and find your clown position. So in your clown position, you want your feet directly underneath your sit bones. Arm is long. Push those hip bones away. Pull your toes in towards your shins. We get a nice active hamstring. And when you're ready, inhale in, core lifts, exhale, let's lift that top leg up. And then slowly lower down. So we have already worked this muscle. It is already going to be a little bit sore. So I need you to focus on your spine. Keep your spine in that nice long horizontal position. You keep your hip bones stacked. And you're keeping your foot and knee and hip in the same height as you lift up. So you're not taking it too high up and rolling backwards. If you've got a band on, it actually prevents you from rolling. So that's why sometimes it's far more intense, because you can't roll backwards. If you haven't got a band on, make sure that you're not rolling backwards. So keep your hip bones exactly where they are. So we exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Remember your breathing. Exhale to lift that leg up. Inhale, lower down. Just keep everything nice and smooth. Beautiful work, everyone. Shoulders are relaxed. Let's go 5. Press that band up. We go 4. Nearly there-ish. 3. Go 2. On 1, we hold that leg up. You extend that leg on the diagonal. Pull that heel back in. You lower down. So we lift up. We extend that leg. Pull back in and then lower. Keep it controlled. Keep it smooth. And keep your hip bones stable. So none of this rolling. Remember, push it away. I know it hurts, but it's really good for us. So keep that hip bone stacked over your bottom hip bone. So extend, pull in, and then lower down. If you've noticed your shoulders have started to creep up, try and relax your shoulders. Sometimes we stop breathing when we feel pain, so carry on breathing. Nice controlled breaths. Let's go 5 more. Beautiful work, everyone. And 4, really feeling that right glute now. Firing up. You've got 3. Press that heel out. Pull in. We're nearly there for 2. On 1, everyone, you pull up. You extend that leg out. Turn your toes to the floor. Little pulses up and down for 8. Don't let that foot drop below your hip for 6. And 5. Core is on for 4. Breathe. 3, 2, and last one. Come all the way down. Just roll onto your back to me. Cross that right heel over your left thigh. Gently pull that left thigh in for a glute stretch. And just hold this here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. You can remove that band, guys. From here, roll yourselves over into a 4-point kneeling. Hands directly underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. From here, I want you to drop your belly, lift your chest on your inhale, keep your elbows soft, and then exhale around through your spine, dropping your head in between your thighs. So we inhale and drop belly, lift chest, feel that nice stretch across the abs, and then exhale, rounding back through. Let's do one more together. We inhale and drop belly, lift chest. And then exhale, rounding back through. From here, find that neutral point, so the point in between your cat and your cow. Tuck all 10 toes under. I just want you to hover your knees as you slowly walk your hands back to your feet, sending your hips to the air, but keep your forward fold. Just relaxing through the shoulders, relaxing those arms. And we're going to roll ourselves up on the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Once you get to the top for me, take a big shoulder roll. Take both hands to the ceiling, palms together. Hunch your shoulders, relax your shoulders, relax your arms. Guys, we are done for our band workout. So thank you so much for joining me, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.